Before you begin, remove the base enclosure. Removal. Important! Make careful note of the routing of the pogo pin cable for later replacement. Disconnect the pogo pin cable from its connector on the dock board. Carefully remove the pogo pin cable from the adhesive and retention tape that secures it to the top cover. Important! Make careful note of the routing of the pogo pin cable around the left display panel hinge for later replacement. Remove the 4 3.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the hinge assembly to the top cover. Lift the hinge assembly off of the alignment pins on the top cover and remove. Carefully remove the mylar cover from the hinge bezel. Remove the 1 5mm and 2 5.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the hinge bezel to the hinge cover. Carefully separate the hinge bezel from the hinge cover and remove the hinge bezel. Replacement. Note: if replacing the hinge cover, remove the following from the old hinge cover and install on the new hinge cover. Display panel hinges, pogo pin cable. Place the hinge bezel into position on the hinge cover and apply pressure around the edges to snap it into place. Important: ensure the pogo pin cable is properly routed and not pinched between the hinge bezel and hinge cover. Replace the 1 5mm and 2 5.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the hinge bezel to the hinge cover. Place the mylar cover onto the hinge bezel and apply pressure to the length of the mylar cover to adhere it into position. Place the hinge assembly onto the alignment pins on the top cover. Replace the 4 3.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the hinge assembly to the top cover. Connect the pogo pin cable into its connector on the dock board. Apply pressure to the length of the pogo pin cable to adhere it to the top cover and replace the retention tape. Route the pogo pin cable through the routing channel on the top cover.